Hey guys and girls on Ask Japanese, it's Kathy Cat. Who wants to work in Japan? Raise your hand if you do. Write yes in the comments straight away. And let's start this video. Today we're going to talk about the first salary that you'll get, or that people even here in Japan will get at a Japanese company. Of course, if you start in a company, you get less pay than someone who's been there for a while. And the initial starting salary can vary on which sector you are going into. This video will hopefully help you to understand what kind of salary you can expect when you come to work in Japan. So take notes, let us know in the comments down below, yes or no, and let's go. Number 1, Nintendo. Do you love games? I think this is one of the companies that pretty much everyone is aware of worldwide. This is the company that has created famous characters such as Mario and more, the bearded guy. So how much is it actually to work at Nintendo? Now, first of all, let's go a little bit back in time. 1889 is Nintendo started up. They started with Hanafuda cards. Hanafuda cards is like a Japanese type of play cards, and then in the 1970s they worked towards developing other types of games that we now know, and maybe you have one at home, maybe you have a Switch or a DS or similar things like that. So this is one of the companies that has brought us really famous merchandise, and not just Mario, but also, the yellow mouse, Pikachu and stuff like that, Pokemon. So we know a lot of franchises that work together with Nintendo, and we want to know how much it actually is to work at Nintendo. There are around 5 different recruitment sections depending on what you're interested in. We have science and technology section, which is like game marketing, networking, machineries. Then we have the design section, such as character design, animation, stage designs, graphics, stuff like that. Then we have the sound section for making the awesome music, the production section, such as planning and more, and the clerical section, such as accounting, finance, judicial affairs, publishing, promoting, and stuff like that. So depending on your level of qualifications, you obviously also get paid differently. So for your first salary with a college degree, you get 211,500 yen, which is about 1,985 US dollars. So for a university degree, you get 233,000 yen, which is about 2,185 US dollars. Then with a master's degree, you can get 243,000 yen, which is around 2,279 US dollars. And with a doctor's degree, you get 258,000 yen, which is around 2,420 US dollars. On the plus side, they also pay for transportation. They give a bonus twice a year, and you might get a pay raise every year, or a chance for a pay raise every year. That's not so bad. They're paying a little bit more than the average here in Japan already, and that's just the starting salary. That sounds pretty good. Number 2. Now, loads of people who are interested in Japanese popular culture are liking anime and manga and animation studios that have changed our lives. So, for example, Sailor Moon has changed mine, and I'm sure one or the other of the people watching here right now has an anime that has changed their lives. MAPPA is one of the anime studios that is, for example, famous for Chainsaw Man, but also for Attack on Titan. So let's find out what the anime studio MAPPA offers new recruits. They have 3 sections. One is the production and managing section, which is, for example, what the director used to do. So you manage the people and manage the animators. Then there's the CGI section. Okay, you already know in the title, 3D, similar things, composition, backgrounds, and such. And finally, the animator section. Being an animator, being one of the people who actually draws the stuff. So in 2020, they tried to recruit 21 to 25 people, not that many, no matter on their academic background. Okay. If you want to do what the director did and work in the production section, let's see how they recruit people. First of all, number 1, you apply from the recruitment website and put in your social data. Number 2, your document will be screened. Number 3, you get your first interview. That will be a group interview. Those ones are absolutely terrifying. So you will be interviewed with other rivals at the same time. Those ones are absolutely terrifying. I've been in one of those before. Number 4 is the second interview. This is an individual interview with the human affairs and such. So you already will have maybe 1 against 1 or 2 of your rivals. And number 5, you might get your letter of success or not, depending on how you did. Still same company, but for a different section, for the CGI section, the process is slightly different. And I found that kind of interesting. So first of all, you apply from the recruitment website and put in your social data. Number 2, the application will need a portfolio screening. That means if you have experience in art, you can submit it. And for example, if you've been to a design college, you will maybe hand in some of the artworks you've done so they can actually see your style and see how good you are. Number 3 is the interview. Number 4 is a practical test. So if you up until now were cheating and maybe submitted one of your friends' work, you're not gonna get around that, because the practical test will actually make you show your skill in Photoshop, After Effects, or similar things. So that's a technical test. And if you don't have the skill by then, they're gonna know. They're gonna find out. There's no way getting around it. And then number 5, if you're lucky and you actually showed that you can do the thing, you might get your letter of success. Yeah. Now let's find out the basic salary. They have a studio in Tokyo and they have a studio in Sendai, and depending on where you're going, the salary will change. At the Tokyo headquarters, you'll probably be getting 230,543 yen, and that includes 45 hours of fixed overtime at the rate of 58,163 yen, which is around $2,162. What's those numbers are so specific? And at Sendai, you actually get paid less. You only get 187,148 yen, and including fixed overtime of 45 hours, will be paid at 47,580 yen, which is around $1,755 US. So what is this fixed overtime payment that we're seeing on their payslips? Now, as you know, Japanese people work a lot. They're known to be so super hard workers, and a lot of people have to do overtime or do a lot of overtime, especially when a deadline is coming. So in this case, the overtime is fixed to a certain amount, meaning even if you work more than that, you're not going to make more money out of it. So how much do we come up to? So remember how we said the salary of the Sendai studio was at 187,148 yen? Well, that already includes 47,580 yen of overtime. It's already included in the salary. So if you take that overtime actually out of it, the amount of money that they would be getting is 139,568 yen. And that's a bit weird, but it's understandable in a way. If you know a little bit more about Japanese culture, we're going to make a video about that one in the future. But again, overtime money is already included in the salary. No matter if you work more or less, you get that, but you won't get any more than that, even if you're spending 24/7 at the same place. Japanese companies generally explain how much their working time is during the recruitment process. So for example, for MAPPA, the general working time is working time starts at 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. It includes 60 minutes of rest, so there's a 1-hour lunch somewhere, and you work on average 8 hours. So in Japan, the average working time is 180 hours, to 200 hours per month, But depending on the industry you're working, and especially if there's a deadline, you might be working more. Animation studios generally are said to have some very tough deadlines sometimes, and during those crunch times, a lot of people might be working a lot more. That's why there is a section for overtime. So what is actually the average in Japan, and how do certain popular jobs match with the Japanese average salary? So there's been a survey done, an official Japanese survey by the government, and generally freshmen earn 2 million up to 2.3 million yen for their first year of working. That's around 18,762 to 21,577 US dollars ish. So how much is that a month? A month it is around 190,000 yen, so which is 1,782 US dollars. That is the freshman salary on average here in Japan. On the other hand, university graduates earn averagely 3,250,000 yen, which is around 30,489 US dollars per year. So you already know if you go to university, your salary is going to show. It's going to show a big difference. And also, don't forget, guys, if you're coming in from abroad, it's also going to affect whether you're going to get a visa or not. So again, don't forget to get your degrees if you want to have a better lifestyle. So there is a big gap between university graduates or just high school graduates when they start their career or when they start first working. So if you compare the numbers again for the university, it is 3,250,000 yen per year, while for high school graduates, it's only 2,580,000 yen per year. And then think about it, it's going to go up in cost by little every year, hopefully, but it makes a big change. And to be honest, most of the Japanese people I know do actually get a degree before they start working. But you don't need to get a degree. You just enjoy the sun. Nya. So those were two freshman salaries in comparison in the popular industry, the anime industry and the gaming industry here in Japan. How did that make you feel? Did that bring you one step closer or further away from your dream of working in Japan? Let us know if you still want to work in Japan. Leave a yes or a no in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give us a like to just say, hey, thanks for making this content and letting us know, and follow and subscribe if you haven't already so you'll find out when the next video from Japan is coming out to you. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you soon with more stuff on Ash Japanese. Bye! よし。おーまたね。バイバイ。ありがとね。